record here.
And we'll see if anything's different this year, because they didn't match up well with this team last year, getting swept in the season series.
You know, you appreciate Zubac's focus on close-range looks as a big man.
Well, Zubac's one of those big centers that's burly and tough and rugged on the inside. And while other bigs are searching that three-point line out, Zubac's looking to get deep into the paint. When you look at his shooting percentages over the past couple seasons, up around 60%. That's good shot selection and great consistency.
Outside Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. A 3 from Leonard. Buries the long-range jumper.
Came into the league and struggled from the three-point line. Kawhi Leonard has made his weakness a strength.
Now, here's Doncic. He's one of the most resourceful scorers you'll ever see. He's generating an average of around 33.5 points a game.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And on the way from Irving for 3. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. George with the bounce pass. Kicks it out to Leonard. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Dallas. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Well, in that one, you could pretty much see the writing on the wall. Their performance was lackluster at best.
Yeah, and they didn't get like blown out in that game, but it felt deflating, and it felt like they got crushed. They could not get anything going, no matter who they had out on the court.
Here's Jackson. The Mavericks making the shot. And Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
It's to Hardaway. Outside Irving. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. As we get close to the All-Star break, Frank, what's the vibe like in the locker room post-trade deadline?
It's great if you're a playoff team and just knowing your GM wanted to keep you on the squad. Plus, you've got a little break coming up, so lots of happy dressing rooms right now.
And it'll be the Mavericks with their first time out here of the game. For the Clippers organization, GA, what do you think the goal is?
Well, it's clear to me, Kevin, get to the NBA Finals. The Clippers have never made it there, and I think a trip to the Finals is within reach of this group. They just need to stay healthy.
Urginus. Leonard with the steal. In the corner, George with it. A three-pointer off the mark. Mavericks trailed by 4. Down low. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Dallas moving the ball around. On the wing, Irving. And the rejection by Zubac. And they're able to recover. Pass to Irving. A beautiful reverse layup. Irving's got his second bucket.
You just never know where the shots are going to come from Kyrie on the inside. So creative with his finishes.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Irving from long range. That doesn't go in either for Irving. To the paint. Back to Batum. There's the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Dallas calls timeout.
And when you look at Paul George, I mean, he's been in the middle of monster trades.
Well, PG exchanged for 2 future All-Stars in Sabonis and Oladipo going to Indy. And then that massive trade to LA, the Thunder got SGA and a boatload of picks. It just shows you how much value Paul George has. And trust me, he's very much valued by the team he's on.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Back to McGee. Pass to Irving.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
And the dunk by Powell.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
For 3. They get it back. Back to Batum. Second chance shot. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising game.
20. Let it come, your defense.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Los Angeles.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
And you see the body control. Morris taking the hit there, but still able to complete the play.
Doncic with it. George picks him up. Stolen by Zubac. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
The 3 from George. Bangs home the trifecta. George has got 9 points.
Think about the rookie year that PG had where he shot under 30% from the three-point line, but all that tireless work in the offseason, and now such a vital part of his game.
Dallas calls timeout.
And you just look at what Marcus Morris has done in his career.
Well, such a solid forward in the game right now, averaging over double digits in the last 8 years, but it's been that expansion and the fact that he can step behind the three-point line and be as deadly as he's been the past couple seasons. It's been a remarkable, consistent offensive production for his career.
Pass to Bullock. Shot to stop the run. And here is Hardaway. 17 points in his last outing. To the middle. They kick it out to Green. Dallas again missing. Clippers leading by 15. Here's George. No good on that one. Great D that time from Hardaway. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And when people talk about defense, the term boxes and elbows comes up a lot. Great for our audience. Can you explain what that's about?
It's a great point, Kevin. And listen, the 2 defenders on what we call the boxes, that's down in the low post area. You see those 2 boxes down at the end of the free throw line. And then you have the 2 defenders on the elbows. So that's the edge of the free throw line. The idea to close down the paint.
Mavericks trail by 14. Here's Doncic. He's one of the most resourceful scorers you'll ever see. He's generating an average of around 33.5 points a game. George with the ball. Hardaway picks him up.
Assisted by.
Not sure when Kawhi saw him, but the fact is he did, and he delivered. That's a great pass.
Here's Dallas. Inside. The Clippers grab the miss.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming years.
Doncic looking it over.
Remaining in the first half.
Pass to Green.
2 minutes.
Morris with the block.
Clock violation.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
Now the Clippers with it. They're on a 9-1 run. And Greg, it just seems for the Mavs it's all about finding the right fit for the role player.
And that's why this team was willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, you could see them look a lot like the Harden-era Rockets.
Green bounce pass. Irving up top. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score. McGee. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Now, from the step back to his attacking style, some have compared Luka Doncic to the Bear, James Harden. There are some similarities, Harden said. Being able to dictate and control the game like he does, he never lets anyone speed him up, and he gets what he wants. Back to you, Kevin.
He always has. They're both pretty fun to watch. David, thank you.
Looking to pass as Ntilikina sets up that play nicely.
Pass to Coffee. Outside for Batum. The 17-footer goes down. Batum's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, he's going to knock that down if you give it to him. Uncompetitive there defensively.
The defense also looking defeated. The lack of hustle is driving the coaching staff a little bit batty.
Robert Covington.
And the dunk by Covington.
Norman
It
Powell.
felt like Powell had the shot, but good job of feeding the open man.
Irving looking over the floor. Poke loose. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. Offensive rebound. Gets it off. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. And we've got more in 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Doncic has got his second basket.
And when he's knocking down the triple, pack it up. There's nothing you can take away from Luka.
Back to Jackson. Over Doncic. Outside for Jackson. Fires for 3. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys. And Kyrie Irving, a Picasso with the ball in his hands. And like a lot of genius-level creators, he marches to the beat of his own drum.
Pass to Zubac. The deep 3 from George.
Paul George.
An absolute bomb from three-point range.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And those assist numbers have always been there for Kyrie, spotting an open teammate that time.
You know, Greg, Kyrie sometimes is just a tough guy to figure out.
And the danger is pulling too much in your own direction. Even he confessed regrets about in Cleveland withdrawing from teammates and isolating himself. All part of growth.
One shot.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. The free throw drops for Leonard.
For a guy who keeps to himself quite a bit, Kawhi Leonard more tries to lead by example and holds himself to the highest standards on the floor.
Up top, Doncic. Over George. And it's Doncic missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving.
Second team foul.
That's his first foul.
Clippers substitution.
Here's Powell.
Norman Powell.
One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Here's Zubac.
Maverick foul.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
First personal foul.
Brent, looking back, the Clippers have really put things together over the last decade.
They have. Injuries have been a factor the past couple seasons, so they haven't competed at the level certainly that their owner wants to, but trying to keep this core group of guys together. And if they do that and they get health, there's a lot of talent there and a lot of guys who've done it on the biggest of stages.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Clippers leading by 15. A 3 from Leonard. Back to Powell. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here.
Clippers ball.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
No good from Zubac. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Doncic. Here's Powell. Pass to Doncic. Shoots over Powell. And it's Doncic missing. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. George with the bucket.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Dallas calls timeout. Amazing the way Kawhi Leonard has evolved throughout his career.
Well, in the early part of his career playing in San Antonio, defense was his calling card. You could even argue that his offense has gotten better than his defense, which is simply remarkable. One of the top all-around players in the NBA.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Right around 3 minutes into the second half.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Outside
2
Irving.
minutes.
Stolen by Jackson. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Outside for Jackson. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Assist from Kawhi.
And the Clippers lead by 19.
And Jackson does a good job of finding some gaps and getting to those open areas. That's how he finds his shots.
Over in the corner, Green. It's Irving, top of the key. Clock at 4. Up and in on the layup. Irving's got 8 points.
Kyrie just has nasty grips on that basketball. Cuts through the defense that time.
To the inside. Kicks it out to Leonard. Driving the lane. Here's Zubac. Green with the rebound. Mavericks trailed by 17. And here's Leonard from 3. Rebound by JaVale McGee.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter. And you watch the way Doncic runs this offense. He's become a master at the pick and roll. Incredible to see someone run it to perfection.
All free throws good from Doncic.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And George, here we go. Good work there as it goes. George has got 7 points for the quarter. Here's Doncic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Personal foul.
It's on Nicholas Batum.
And so confident, even amongst the trees. Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
Clippers leading by 15. Here's Mann, and the three ball is good. Mann's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Doncic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now the Clippers on the break. George has got the ball. It's not going to go for him.
And that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite
the end of the
connect.
third quarter with
Yeah,
the
you can
score.
see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
52.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so here are the Clippers. Pass to Coffee. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Covington with the bucket.
Robert Covington.
Covington's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Clippers.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Ntilikina. To the middle. It's tipped. Batum with the steal. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr.
Second personal foul.
That's foul number 2 for
Team
him.
foul. Substitution on the court.
Los Angeles leading by 20. Fires the three. Bullock with the rebound. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Dallas. Shoots over Powell. No good from Irving.
The D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Outside Hardaway. On the wing, Irving. Pass to Powell. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
Here's Mann. From deep. And here is Powell. Here's Coffee. Connects from three-point range.
3 points.
And the Clippers lead by 21.
Clippers
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Fourth personal foul.
And so they choose to intentionally
Team
foul.
foul.
We're seeing a lot of pretty lively pregame dance routines from the players. You got any of that in your repertoire, say, before we begin a broadcast?
No, Kevin, I think pretty soon we should work out a few sequences, get ourselves fired up. You game?
Come on, Greg. I'm not sure about that, but you go ahead and do it.
Marcus Morris Sr.
Irving with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Lets it go from deep. He can't get that one to fall. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Outside Leonard. From downtown. And another three for the Clippers.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Irving. Another miss by Irving.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there.
Nobody near George. No good on the three. They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
I don't care what anybody says. You can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you've got to make some changes.
Well, if he wants to, Kyrie can drive at will. He's got out of this world shaking big moves.
And George with the stuff.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Substitution on the court.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth
2
quarter.
minutes remaining in the game.
Back to Morris. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Now, lead passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride. So full speed, 2 points.
Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
Second team foul.
And with the 15th pick in the 2011 draft, Kawhi Leonard wasn't highly touted coming out of high school or college.
Listen, even in the pros, recognition took a while. How about this? He won Finals MVP and Defensive Player of the Year before he ever made an All-Star team. Now, one of the 75 greatest.
And for coaches' challenges, the refs review their own calls. It's a little like grading your own test. Maybe, Greg, give that job to the review center.
You definitely risk a confirmation bias, and everyone wants to be right. It does seem like some calls stand that probably could be reversed.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Clippers.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And so checking out their record tonight, Mark win number 32 overall. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Paul George.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
The shot by George, no good.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Clippers ball.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Pass to Leonard. Beyond the arc. And it's George again missing.
Boy, I'd love to see him just get a smidge closer to the basket. Once he sees a few shots go in from there, that might open up everything from distance.
Here's Morris. He can't get that one. Great D that time from Batum. Outside Leonard. The 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Now Bertans. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the match.